Hey everyone, it's me again. I just thought I'd invite you guys back into my dining room bike shop for some maintenance. Today I'm going to be basically replacing my drivetrain. It's been a year since I've had it. I ride it pretty hard and been noticing some things like some slippage, and my chain ring is getting a little worn out, and so yeah, we're gonna replace it. So let's get into it. Just to show you some of the components I'm replacing, or not some of, but all of the components that I'm replacing. I have the new GX Eagle derailleur. It's the 520% derailleur. Same with the cassette. Comes with the new B-gap adjustment, which I've watched some videos about it and it looks so much easier than the old one. Not that the old one's hard, but it's just easier. This is the one that I'm actually pretty excited about trying. The Absolute Black Oval 32 tooth chain ring. I've been wanting to try that for a while. I've seen good reviews about it. I don't know if it's going to be noticeable or not, but we will see how it works. But yeah, that's what we're replacing today. So right now I'm going to take off all of my old drivetrain. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and time lapse that. So here we go. All right, so once you get everything off, just clean everything up. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. My crank arm all cleaned up, put some grease on there, put some grease on the other part of the crank arm so it can ready to receive. And then it'll be good to go. Cleaned off my hub, so it's ready to receive the cassette. All right, let's go ahead and get this chain ring mounted. There's only one way to mount it, in case you're curious. So, I mean, as far as how the bolts line up, I suppose you could mount it on there backwards. Which definitely wouldn't be good. So it says to mount this or torque this to about 8 Newton meters. this goes up to 6 Newton meters. Come over here, guys. Kind of situate you there. So don't put your crank arms on like this, because guess what? You can't pedal. Ha ha, I made it funny. Get in there. I know that that seems very obvious to a lot of you, but it may surprise you. How that might affect, or how some people might put that stuff together. I have definitely done my share of putting things together without really paying attention to that. So once you get your arm completely, you can grab your 8mm socket and your torque wrench, and this is going to be it says 54 Newton meters. Mine goes to 56, not 54. So basically, let's give ourselves a little better leverage. Basically, torque it to just before 56, and it'll be close enough. It's a little hard because it's the whole leverage thing, but in case you're wondering, I use an old school beam torque wrench because, for one, calibration is super easy. It just needs to be on the 0, right? And then it also goes both ways. So easy indicator, and this one shows inch pounds as well as Newton meters. So you can work it either way. I don't know, I like it, works well. And there is an oval chain ring. Let you get it lined up. The reason I don't like it isn't because I can't turn it. Well, it's partially because I can't turn it by hand, but mostly because it's such a fine thread. And I always feel like I'm gonna miss it. Or cross thread it, sorry, not miss it, but. Good and tight works for me on that one. Try not to mess around with that too much. All right, so that's on there. Now we're gonna put the derailleur on there. I will say it's pretty important that if you have the means, if you're going to change over your derailleur, make sure you check your derailleur hanger while you're at it. I just replaced mine, so I know it's straight, but Oh yeah, I'm sure you guys loved staring at the floor there, didn't you? I'm over here working on the back tire, or on the back of the bike. You guys are watching the floor. Jeez. Somebody tell that guy to wake up. All right. Ah. I do love that hub. All right, cable. Where? That's strange. Where's the end of? Messing with my shifter. All right. Sorry about that. Whoa. Do 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 do. Go through the hole. All right. Always make sure that you route your shifter cable properly in your derailleur, because if you don't, guess what? It's not going to shift properly. Ever. Go through the wheel. Go through, yeah. There we go. And make sure your housings are all properly seated as well, because if there's too much slack here and there's too much slack up by the shifter, you're going to be doing a whole lot of back and forth trying to make sure it's correct, which it won't be. So I'm not tightening the cable yet. I have lots of stuff to do before that, like one, put my chain on. All right, so the gentleman at Park Tool suggests squishing your suspension so that when you size your chain, your suspension will be at full squish, which is furthest distance between your largest cog and your chain ring. So that's what I was doing. I took the air out of my shock. And squeezed it. So there you go. So in their video, they took the shock off completely, but I don't think that that's really the best way to do it, because if I took the shock off completely, my back tire would actually hit the rear seat post, and that wouldn't translate to bottoming out my suspension. That would translate to I literally just broke the shock off of my bike. So I think that's quite right. Oh. I'm like, why isn't my tire moving? Because it's strapped down. Oh man, I crack myself up sometimes. I do. And this chain appears that it is too small. Now, we break out the new chain and we size it. I swear I just cut that. Anyway, we'll size this new chain and go from there. What, you guys don't keep extra chain? Consumables. I generally keep them because I use them. Wear them out. It's always good to have chain around. Same with brake pads, because you just never know. You could literally be riding down the trail and get something on your brake pads and ruin your brake pads and create the need for some new ones. So if you don't have new ones, guess what? You're gonna be going to look for them. There's just certain things that it's strange. There we go. There we go. Makes it doubly painful with no, without things being able to move around. Oh, I forgot to put let me put my master link on here so I know where to cut. All right. So there's where they line up. Right there. Which means this is our cut pin. Just in case you're wondering, no, I do not wash off the factory lubricant that's on this chain. I do wash the outside, but the inside where all of that wax lubricant is, I like to keep that there. So do. Chain broken. Sweet. Oh. Mm-hmm. 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 Wow, like I was zoning out there for a second. What am I doing here? Put your chain together, Tim. All right. I was like, for a second, it's because there's so much slack here. I kind of forgot. I need to let this go now. Oh, yeah. Difficult. All right. Now it looks a little more normal. Huh? It does to me. Whoa. 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 All right, Master Link. Good to go. Now we can adjust Mr. Derailleur. I think got what I need. Bottom one set. I'll go ahead and stick that in the top there. So I'm setting my advance for the lowest and highest cog right now. Or the limit, if you will. And there we go. So you know what you don't want to do is make it go so far that it jumps over the back cog and you end up having a really bad day. from there, put your shifter in its lowest cog. So you need a little bit of tension on your cable, but not too much, because if you put too much, it'll want to change gears on you. Once you have your limits set, you use the barrel adjustment on the shifter to make the fine corrections. Get rid of any of the little... Well, that wasn't the right way, was it? Get rid of any of the little snaps and poppies that might be happening. It's weird seeing that oval chainring on there, for sure. All right, well that was easy enough, huh? As long as everything aligns properly, it's not real hard to adjust your gears or your shifting. So one last time, just make sure you're not gonna... I'm always a little bit nervous about the going over the back of that cog. I do not like the idea of that, because it can get jammed up, break your spokes, mess up your hub, depending on the situation. Lots of bad things can happen. So next would be the B setting, and in order to get that right on a full suspension bike, you are supposed to also do your adjustments at sag. So, because I let the air out of my shock earlier, I have the ability to move this right here. Out of the way. So I can push my suspension to my normal 25%, which is at sag for me. And then tighten my strap. Excuse me. And that'll be, doesn't look right, and that'll be good to go. At sag. Delicate process just to set B setting, right? But I don't care, I want it to be right. And by the book. So, there, 25%. We got this new B gap adjustment tool thingamabobber. That's what I'm gonna call it from now on. It's just a thingamabobber. Throw that on your largest cog. So it's got a little stop on there. Seems like that's pretty convenient. All right, so now that right there, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit there. Well, okay. Can come with me then. There you go. B gap adjusted. Really easy way to do that. And I like it. All right, folks. That's pretty much it. Drivetrain complete. And ready to go for a test ride. Zooming out. So now I just have to mess with my shock, clean off my chain, clip my derailleur cable, put a purple end on there, of course. Everything's set. Go for a test ride. So that would be that. Well, I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today. I always enjoy this stuff, so leave me some comments, and it'd be awesome if you'd hit the like button, subscribe, keep up with what I'm doing, and until next time, ride safe, have fun, hope to see you out there.